Today we're going to talk about things I wish I knew before becoming a school psychologist. So I just finished my first year as a school psychologist, which means I finished my 3 years of training and I started my job. The first thing I wish I knew before becoming a school psychologist is that grad school is a lot of work. There's a lot of reading involved, a lot of writing involved. It's a huge time commitment, money commitment, and I had no idea. I kind of applied on a whim because I love psychology and I've worked in the school setting for a long time and with children, and they accepted me and I was like, of course I'm gonna go. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I got there and it kind of like smacked me in the face. There's like tons of articles you have to read, textbooks, books, just to get yourself educated, and then after you do those readings they expect you to write papers, discussion posts. There's a lot of like report writing involved because they want you to practice those skills before going to internship and working. It's a lot of work, but I think if you know a little bit of what to expect, it does help you prepare mentally. All right, number two is that school psychology involves a lot of writing, and I wish I knew this because I suck at writing. English was like sort of my second language. I learned it with Korean, but then I moved to Korea when I was like 5 or 6, and then I like forgot all of my English and then came back and I was an ESOL student, and till this day I'm kind of confused. Like I'm not good at either language, and so writing is not my strength, but there is a lot of writing involved. So I wish I knew that, you know, it's not just testing or counseling. Testing involves a lot of writing because they expect you to put your findings in a report. Thankfully in the schools, the reports aren't too long. In grad school, we were expected to write more clinical reports, and they range anywhere from like 40 to 50 pages. It was crazy, but of course these also included charts. In the school setting, my reports range anywhere from like 4 to like 10 pages, which is a lot more manageable. And as I've been working like through internship and through my first year, I'm starting to get my rhythm, and making my own templates has been super helpful. And of course, something that I find helpful for myself is School Psych Click Report.
And this leads us to today's sponsor, Click Report. If you don't know, Click Report was made by school psychologists for school psychologists. It's a web-based service with evaluation tools and smart templates, and these tools and smart templates help expedite the report writing and evaluation process so you can work more efficiently, be more effective, and focus on things that made you want to become a school psychologist in the first place. The smart templates create custom narratives and include auto-created visuals to go along with score reports. Let Click Report help you with the tedious tasks involved in report writing so you can focus on the important stuff. For more information, you can check out my description box down below. And now back to the video.
Not only are there reports, but you also need to write a lot of emails, you put in a lot of conference notes. Just in general, I feel like we end up doing a lot of writing. Number 3, and this I really learned like through internship and during my first year on the job, it's that what you learn in grad school doesn't really reflect the reality of the job. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think it didn't help me prepare mentally for what the job was going to be like, because grad school teaches you best practices. It teaches you the most up-to-date research. It's wonderful because they are training you to be the best practitioner out there, right? Once you get your first job. However, what I ran into was there are systems level like red tape, barriers, obstacles, because you're working with a ton of different people, a lot of different stakeholders. You have finances to think of, lack of resources, like people buy-in, all of these different things that kind of get in the way of like everything you want to do and get done. As an early career baby school psychologist, you want to do everything really well. You want to change all these student lives, help all these families, help all these teachers. The reality is like systems level change is slow. There are teachers that have been in the field for a long time that may not want to listen to you, especially in the beginning, without getting to know you, building those relationships, and you have to kind of find a way to get their buy-in and incorporate your interventions or whatever you're bringing to the school. How do you get people to want to try your your new initiatives. And so of course, like I came in like super gung-ho in the beginning. Coworkers that I like befriended in the beginning, they were like, whoa, like Tiffany, you need to like slow down, like learn your role first, get really good at your job, and then maybe tackle these like bigger issues. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. So grad school teaches you all these things, which is great, but you might not necessarily get to do every single thing that you learn. And you have to be okay with that. And of course, like you can work towards those changes, but it might take some time. The fourth thing I wish I knew before becoming a school psychologist is that this job tests your public speaking skills. It literally doesn't matter if it's like a group of 5 people or 10 people or 200. I feel like I'm gonna throw up and like I get super like clammy. I feel like my chest is gonna like burst out of my body. So I'm not very good at public speaking. Of course, like talking in front of a camera is completely different. During my internship year, I found out that like I need to like present my report, and thankfully at my district during internship, we were able to have like one-on-one meetings with parents to present everyone's report, and then we would have the meeting like several days later with everyone. In my current district, we present our findings and our reports in a big group setting. And even to this day, I get super nervous and I have to prepare before every meeting, which isn't a bad thing, but it just makes me really nervous. And so, I have like an 8 to 10 page report, and I have to find a way to relay all of this information, be as objective as possible, while not like boring or losing the parent. I want to make sure it's like parent-friendly language, and I'm relaying the information that's most important and pertinent to the meeting and the eligibility decisions that we're going to make. The final thing I wish I knew before becoming a school psychologist, I knew some of this because of internship and practicum. People skills and school systems knowledge is a must for this job. You are kind of an expert in like disabilities, special education, and systems. And I don't know if grad school necessarily teaches all of that because every district is so different. So they can't cater to like one school or one school system because not everyone's going to work there. They can teach like general like school psychology practices, like how to give assessments, and then maybe how to navigate like school systems in a general sense. But it is really, really important to know how school systems work so you can navigate it and also consult and guide people, and also like special education paperwork and that process. You're going to be the expert in the school, so you really have to get that down. But I didn't really know that this was an area of expertise for school psychologists. And of course, people skills so important. You have to build those relationships to get buy-in from people and to be happy in your job. I feel like having like coworkers that you can vent to and build relationships with and like do life with just makes for a better experience at work. So those are a couple things I wish I knew before becoming a school psychologist. Hope you guys learned something and enjoy watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more similar content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!